Hi everyone, welcome to this video for the unboxing of the Tecsun PL-330 PLL World Band receiver. This radio was actually supplied to me to test along with the PL-380 for an article I wrote recently for Radio User magazine on ultralight DXing. I supplied some of the radios myself, including the Belka DX, the PL-880 and the XH Data D08. I didn't have either Tecsun. I kind of wasn't going to buy these radios just to write an article, so they were supplied to me and they haven't actually asked them back yet, which is nice. Probably shouldn't have mentioned that. Tecsun are nearly always good value for money. That's what I found. Started with the PL-360 and then I bought a PL-310 ET, which turned out to be a really excellent radio. In fact, this is kind of reminiscent of that radio in terms of its size. This one may be slightly larger. That proved to be a really good radio. Obviously, the PL-880 has been my go-to radio for traveling for quite a long time now. But you generally get good sensitivity with Tecsun, and those models with selectable audio bandwidth filters, which this has, and sideband, you normally get very good selectivity as well. So I'm not going to run through all the features of this radio because it's been around for a couple of years now. You can get them for about 60 quid. I just thought it'd be interesting for anyone who's in the market for a small portable shortwave receiver to see what you actually get in the box. Tecsun do their usual thing. You've got these little icons on the side which kind of just identifies the features, digital signal processing, sideband, etc., switchable audio bandwidth filters, all that kind of stuff. A little bit more detail on the back of the box. So yeah, that's the box. This is what you get. Let's open her up and see what we've got. So it's rechargeable. This radio runs on rechargeable batteries, so it's fitted with the BL5C rechargeable battery, 1000 milliamp hour. Quite a lot of people don't like radios with rechargeable batteries because if you want to go on a trip, you've got to buy sort of spare ones. You can't just, obviously it's easier just to fit AA's or whatever, but there you go. Headphones. I wonder what sort of quality they are, but there you go. That's still a nice touch. Charging cable for the radio, so obviously when it's flat, plug it in to a USB adapter. And then the radio itself is in a pouch. There you go, Tecsun tag and a manual, which is quite small. 27 pages, including the specification summary at the end, troubleshooting, synchronous detection, how to set it up. I can't remember whether the synchronous detection on this radio is any good or not, actually. I've got a couple of radios where it works superbly well. Well, the Sony IC 2001D, the SW77, the SW100, and the ELAS FDM Duo. And that's probably about it. The Icon R75 with passband tuning is also excellent, but generally, synchronous detection on modern radios are rubbish. But anyway, there you go. One manual, which I usually don't bother reading them, but that's just me. And then the radio itself, there it is. Quite small, obviously still a bit bigger than, it's not that much bigger than the Belka, a little bit. Let's put the battery in. Here's one I charged earlier. So there you go. Right. Telescopic antenna, usual thing. Right, what have we got? Tuning knob on the right hand side, volume control on the left hand side. Okay, so you've got the 5-volt DC in for the USB charging, headphone socket, FM and shortwave antenna socket, external antenna socket, very nice. And then separate buttons to set the time, the alarm, display light. And then you've got medium wave, long wave, FM stereo. You can set the AM bandwidth. So interesting with this radio is that it's got selectable audio bandwidth filters, but the actual number of filters and the bandwidths available are different by band, which is interesting. Obviously, it's got sync, it's got sideband, etc. Let's power it up. Let's go. What I'm going to do. I'm going to plug a decent antenna into it. This is connected to my Wellbrook loop outside. I've wondered whether I could hear radio Club de Para. I'm not hearing anything, which is interesting. Nothing at all. Right, 1 second. Right, there you go. Helps if you've actually got the antenna plugged into the RF splitter that I'm using. I'll show you that very quickly. You know, there you go, Bonito antenna splitter. So, radio Club de Para. Five kilohertz audio bandwidth. 3.5, 2.5. So I don't think that's bad, being able to hear. I mean, obviously I've got a very good antenna attached to this radio now, but to hear radio Club de Para that well, I think it's pretty good. So I'm not going to go through all of the features of this radio because they've been all over the internet for quite a long time. I just thought you guys, as I said, in the market for a small, compact, portable shortwave radio, would be interested in seeing this thing straight out of the box. So there you go. It is quite small, as I said, but it's bigger than a Belka. If I get the XH Data D808, this is a superb radio. It's probably the best radio you can buy in terms of performance compared to price. You can see that it's a bit smaller than the XH Data. I'm not sure. I don't think it's as good a receiver as the XH Data, but I don't think it's far off. And as I said, you can buy this thing for about 60 quid. There's memories, and obviously, you know, you can you can scan and etc. But I think overall, what you've got is a decent quality portable shortwave radio at a sort of very reasonable price. When you consider that a PL-880 is more like, you know, 180, 190 pounds. This is a fairly cheap bit of kit. So and quite small and compact. And there you go. I'm here now wondering whether I can get Radio Tama. So there you go. The Tecsun PL-330, straight out of the box. Hope you enjoyed that video. I've got another unboxing video that I'm going to be publishing pretty soon. Slightly different to this radio, but I won't say any more than that. I suppose really the big question is, should you buy this radio? And I think probably I probably wouldn't have bought this radio, because if you want a cheap radio that performs way beyond its price, you still want this radio. I'm not sure necessarily about the long-term quality of this radio. I was unlucky, but then maybe you could consider I was maltreating mine in Brazil. I think if you said to me, you know, should you buy an XH Data D808 or should you buy a PL-330? If you want ultimate performance, I think you would buy the XH Data every time. But as I said before, Tecsun still manufacture most Tecsun radios, just offer very good value for money. It just so happens that it's in a similar category to a radio that it performs so well. It's difficult for anything very similar to compete. So there you go. Anyway, there you go. That's what comes out of the box with the Tecsun PL-330. I hope you enjoyed that. Another unboxing video to come in a day or two, and it's a bit different to this. Thanks for watching, and 73.